Trees, and we're back again with another quick video. And I'm in the process of making a video. I know I've been on my lives lately because it's so much easier just to go off the cuff. I'm not like Camilla Harris or Tim Walz or the Bidens or these fake political puppets. I could just go off the cuff and just start telling y'all stuff and telling y'all the truth because I don't have a fake bone in my body. I'm not built to lie to y'all. Y'all gotta understand, it's people that's literally built to lie to y'all. And it's people that's built to carry on the lies to make themselves feel better. So the way that black Americans are just thrown under the bus in America and made to seem like we aren't important, like it's really disrespectful, bro. It's really disrespectful. And it's like they try to use big words and big terms, and they're not even really big words, it's just other words. But they find it more acceptable to use those words and those terms. So it makes sense now that we gotta send 500 billion to Ukraine and 500 billion to Israel and billions of dollars to everybody else except the black community. And I feel like something that's so easy, something that's so simple to be fixed, isn't being fixed because I feel like it's people in higher places that have benefited from slavery and benefited from black people paying taxes and redlining and Jim Crow and all types of different stuff. And they benefited so much to the point where it's like, all right, well, we can't just uplift the black community and help them. We got to keep them where they're at so they can continue to depend on us and they can continue to listen to us and look at us like we're so prestigious when really they bleed just how we bleed and they're the same type of people that we are. And if they were in our position, they'll be doing the same thing. That's why we have people like Jill Stein, who's a whole Caucasian lady calling for reparations because it's true, man. It's true. Like, these people are really sick, bro. These people are really sick, man. Like, they'll have something going on the whole other side of the world, knowing that we're just little old Americans. We'll never think that Ukraine is getting all of our tax dollars and putting it into their pockets and, you know, just doing all types of trading the money that they and the resources they're getting from us to be profitable for themselves. And that's really how it is. And that quote where they say the rich are only thinking about the rich. So the rich are gonna get richer and the poor are gonna get poorer. That quote is true. So it's just like I feel like the black community, they've fallen, especially the people from like that grew up in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and the 60s and time. In those times, there's like a disconnect to where they think as though you're supposed to like pull yourself up by the bootstraps and you're supposed to, and all that stuff is fine. We all got to go to work anyways. We all got to make money and income somehow. But it's just like, it's weird that when there's literally illegal immigrants coming into the country and getting more money than the people that's been here and that's descendants of slaves, it just doesn't sit right for me. And these are the same people that's paying taxes, and then we get together and we're like, man, how are we gonna help the black community? How are we gonna do this? And it's just like people from the black community that's struggling themselves. Like, there's no way that uh like, for example, in the Revolt interview with Tesla Figueroa, Young Jock, and uh Michaela Montgomery. Salute to her, man, because she's a real one. Michaela Montgomery, she's a real one, bro. Because it's just like, how are we asking people like Young Jock to come and help the kids and bring them book bags when we literally pay taxes every day for everything? And you pay taxes all day and night, but you can't come to the inner cities, to the hood, the so-called hood, quote unquote, and give kids backpacks. Like, it's corny, bro. Like, it's so sad. Like, when I be making these videos and stuff like that, bro, y'all might just think like I just got an ulterior motive and I'm crazy and Like, nah, bro. Like, it's really like stuff that really touches me to the core, bro. Stuff that really touches me to the heart. And when you see how, when you see how, when you see how prejudiced these people are and just how nasty they are, bro. And it's not even like they don't gotta come out outright and say it, but it's just their actions and the way the things that they do and the things that they say is just like it's overly prejudiced, bro. And I understand Israel and how they feel about the Holocaust and all of that stuff. But bro, do you really think the Holocaust was worse than the genocide that happened in America with Black Americans and the slavery that happened over 400 years with Black Americans? And then after that, we fought in wars with them and like, bro, we fought in all of the wars, bro. We worked in America since the beginning of America and we paid taxes and everything and we still never got our just due. They admittedly told you they wrong, but they won't make up for it. But you want us to put our tax dollars towards other people's genocide and problem, like, and then you want us to put our own money, our tax dollars, and on you know, we don't have any choice. They do it anyways. We don't got a choice. But it's like, bro, our tax dollars is literally going towards other people's genocide. That's where that whole free Palestine stuff is coming from, and it's just like, bro, I just watched this reel. He always posts reels and Trump reels and right reels and stuff like that. Like Republican reels or whatever you want to call it. And like, bro, the stuff be so real. They don't even let me post it in my community sometimes. I don't know what's going on. I'm not saying it's YouTube or something, but I really feel like these people are always watching us, bro. These people are always like, it's just like simple stuff. Like, these people are always watching us, bro. You can't even come outside of your house without a ring camera catching you walking somewhere or walking to your car or all this. It's like we live in a day and age where so many cameras, there's so much stuff going on. How can't nobody tell where that guy came from to come and assassinate Trump? How can nobody tell? Like, that's really crazy, bro. And it's unsettling for me, bro. It's just like, it's stuff like that, bro, because they know that Trump is trying to help the Black community. And he can't even come out and openly say that because people are going to look at him weird. Like, it's really racist out here that look at him weird because he says something about the Black community and helping the Black community. But when he bring up some people that's not even in America, they yelling and screaming like, yeah, let's help them. Like, it's weird to me, bro. And the Democrats know this, bro, and the Democrats, they're mostly immigrants, bro. So it's just like they're not even concerned about the Black community. What they're concerned about is helping their people. So it's like they use the Black community and use the church and stuff like that and use LGBTQs and stuff, and they just use them as pawns. And I feel so bad for them because they don't even understand they're being used as pawns. They just go along, get along gang, bro, and it's sad, man. It's sad, bro. Because they don't actually care about y'all, man. They don't actually care about y'all. They just using y'all. They just use, and then the people that know in these communities, like the Asians and stuff, they got their hate crime bill because they straight to business, bro. You don't see Asians on here crying and complaining all the time and trying to tell somebody because they went straight to business. They knew what they had to do. They had to go talk to the courts. They had to keep on going and keep on talking to these people, the councils and all of this shit like that. They had to go keep on talking to these people and bringing it up. But it's like, Black people, we've been doing this for how many years now? We've been doing this for like going on 100 years now, bro. And these people still not trying to give us our just due, bro. Like, it goes all the way back to Ulysses Grant, bro, talking about 40 acres and a mule. And even back then, if we compare it to now, with all of the inflation and everything like that, and how much our dollar is now, and how much land will cost now, and all that stuff, like, it would be much more than what they were trying to say back then, because we weren't even the 50 states how we are now. Like, we weren't even what we are now. So it's like, bro, they really owe Black people a lot, and we pay taxes too through all of this. So it's like they really owe Black people a lot more than what they try to make it seem like. Because without Black Americans, bro, there wouldn't be no White House. There wouldn't be no Capitol building. We built all of this stuff. We literally built it, bro. We literally built it. So it's like for people to really sit up here and say, "Oh, you don't need anything. You weren't in slavery. That has nothing to do with you." That's crazy because if our ancestors, it's really not that long ago. It's really our parents. Some of y'all parents. Wasn't that long ago, right? Because my grandmother was a slave. See how I just simplified it that quick? Because that's really what it was. My grandmother's grandmother was a slave. So that wasn't a long time ago, bro. And when they try to make it seem like we dumb because we bring this up, but we literally paid for reparations for the so-called Jews in Israel. So when I woke up, I want to say last year, about 2 years ago, and I started learning about who the real Jews are and about all this other stuff, right? And I reference back to the video of Famous Richard. He walking up to this guy, the so-called Jew. He like, black people, the real Jews. And the so-called Jew told Famous Richard, why don't you act like it then? It's because they put a propaganda and a stigma on our people to make it seem like we dumb. So he might as well have spit on Famous Richard and made it seem like it's basically like somebody pull up in a Rolls Royce and you in a Chrysler 300. That's kind of like the same thing. It's like, bro, just because Famous Richard and a Chrysler 300 it don't make no difference from what he's saying is the truth. He's still saying the truth. So it don't make it no difference. He still said the truth. These people have lied so much, bro, that it's become more socially acceptable for the lie to be said. So that's why Shannon Sharpe could come out and just basically say, y'all don't get paid from podcasting and all this other stuff. So what y'all say don't matter. That's basically what he said in lesser words. But he brought up other white podcasters, the Kelsey Bros, and all like, bro, I don't know anybody that watches those podcasts. I don't know anybody that watches the Kelsey Bros. Just because they have sponsorships and signing deals and stuff like that, that doesn't mean what they're saying is credible. And that's really just in a nutshell of what has been going on in America for so many years, bro. And it's so sad nowadays. And it's been before nowadays, bro. It's before I was born. It's black people. They call them coons allegedly. So they call them coons, but at the same time, these people do this because it makes you seem like you know what you're talking about intellectually when you denounce your race as a black American. So it makes it seem like you know what you're talking about, and you know what's right and you know what's wrong when you denounce your race as a black American, and that's really sad, bro. That's really sad, bro. It's really black people out here thinking about voting for Kamala Harris, and Kamala's family has slaveholders. Like, are you really seriously gonna sit up here and think that me as a black American and all the stuff that my people has gone through, do you think that I'm gonna have some type of nationalism and some type of care about what's going on in Ukraine over my people when it's literally my people going crazy and deranged and killing each other? Like, do you really think that I'm supposed to have a heart for what's going on in Ukraine? When worse come to worse, they raise the white flag and they pay taxes to Russia. And then they give all of the money that they got from America to Russia, and they pay them some money and they get some money and they go back to living their life. Go back to walking around in the streets and drinking Starbucks. Like the video that I was making earlier, that I'm still making right now, it's sad, bro, because it's just like, bro, it's nothing going on over there, bro. The same stuff that's going on over there, you could say some of that same stuff is going on in America. We letting in our real life enemies, bro. And the Democrats know that because those not their enemies, bro. They letting in these people and giving them money and bribing them to vote for Democrats and trying to let these illegals vote because they know that they need a new group of people. They need more. They need the aliens. They need their illegal aliens. They need their illegal immigrants. They need these people to be their pawns. They need more pawns. And that's just what it is, man. That's the truth. They need more pawns. They know that and they see that Average American, a working American, not even just the average African American. The average working American is falling away from the Democrat Party because we know that the Democrats are not for us, bro. The Democrats are not for us. And they think that these immigrants are better than us. They think that Americans are lazy. They think that Americans can't. They think that we're not. They think we're incompetent, and they just think that we're lesser than. And that's the truth. And it's sad that they use certain talking points and say certain things and send Kamala Harris out there, send um, Hillary Clinton out there, send these people out there to basically be a figurehead so you could feel like you're attached to these people. You could feel like they're for you, but at the same time, these people are not for you, bro. These people are literally against you. Brothers and sisters, this is what I'm trying to tell you in the black community. It's bigger than us voting for Trump right now. That's our first step. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, that's literally just our first step. It's so much more that we have to do, bro. After Trump gets elected, we have to get somebody like Jill Stein. And we have to get these people in our community, our so-called, our leaders, right? We got to get the Kwame Browns. We got to get the, I hate to say it, but he know that he leaning right. Charlemagne the Gods and Stephen A. Smiths and all these people, like, we got to get together and do something for the black community because what Shannon Sharpe said about he doesn't listen to black podcasters because basically saying we're broke. He basically said we're broke. He doesn't need to listen to us. He's gonna listen to the Kelsey Bros and he's gonna listen to Joe Rogan and all of them because they get paid millions of dollars to speak just like everybody else. Does that make them right, Shannon Sharpe? So you're mad that some people don't believe that your video that was an accidental sex tape, quote unquote accidental, isn't real, and they're trying to say you're using it to cover up because as a cover up because you're homosexual. Like, who cares, bro? Why do you have to throw the black people under the bus? Because it makes you feel like you somebody now. As long as I'm doing better than my people and I'm in a room where they can't get in with a bunch of racists, then I'm good. And I'm the best. And a lot of people from the South think like that, bro. A lot of people from the South think like that. So I just wanted to get that off my chest because I'm making a shorter video. And I couldn't really say this in the video. I couldn't say all of this. But I just wanted to get that off my chest, bro. Because it's like, if it's so important for the so-called Jews to get their money, and they got paid for numerous years from the Holocaust. I think they still getting paid today. It's so important for them to get their money. It's so important for Ukrainians to get their money. It's so important for the Asians and the illegal immigrants, the Venezuelans, and all these other people that's coming through the border to get their money. Why is it not so important for the black community to get their money in the inner cities of the black community? And why y'all making it seem like it's not intellectual to talk about it? They had the whole DNC in Chicago, one of the top 5 worst inner cities that's filled with a bunch of African Americans for now in Chicago, and they didn't say not one word about it, bro. They didn't say not one word about it, but really, they bringing buses of people over here. They could bus some African Americans to a certain spot that feel, oh, I feel like I'm not safe. Pat these people down, check their stuff, and send them to an area where they could be safe, and give them a place to live. Which I doing for the illegal immigrants. Give them a job. Make sure they working over here at this plant, this factory. If you don't work at the factory, simple as it, simple as that. You leave, and you can't afford where you live at, or you're not gonna get your benefits. That's what they're doing for the illegal immigrants. Why you can't do it for the African Americans? Because that's the communist style lifestyle that the Democrats want. And to say that, oh, we're gonna do this for the illegal immigrants, we're not gonna do this for the African Americans, and people are fine with that, bro. People are okay with that, bro. Like, it's just like, and it's not even that, bro. It's like, bro, they owe this money to the black Americans, bro. Because if it wasn't for us, all of that cotton that we picked for those 400 years, all of those buildings that we built, like the White House and the Capitol, When we were just small colonies, it was just 13 colonies. Nobody was really thinking about us. All of those other countries, right? Like the UK and France and they were the powerhouses. Nobody was thinking about us. So who really put America on their backs, bro? We fought in a Revolutionary War. We fought in a Civil War. We fought in both world wars. Damn near every day, bro, I walk past a picture of my great granddad who fought in the World War, bro. It's very disrespectful to sit up here and say black Americans don't deserve anything. We should pull up our bootstraps and we should nah, bro, cause his family came from slavery. Just that's my lineage, bro. My lineage came from slavery, bro. We went through that, bro. It was a long time, bro. And I get to asking people questions in my own community too. What would you do if I made you work for free for 4 years? You would go crazy. You would go absolutely crazy, and you'll try to tell anyone who would listen to you about the unjust way that I was treating you. So how was that able to happen in America along with all of the sexual assault? We're not even gonna get on that point. But how was that able to happen in America? And we call ourselves such a great country, such a great place, and people laugh when it's time to talk about how black Americans now need to be paid for what happened to them and get their just due. It does not make sense, bro. It does not make sense, bro. It really doesn't. And they're so disrespectful to the point where it's like, they're like, damn, we made a mistake by telling these people the truth. Now we got to continue to lie to them. Like, it's literally lies being made in school. And the reason why the LGBTQs, they're being pushed to the forefront is because it's a way to forget. It's a way to forget it's a way to forget what we did to Black America. So if we could push to the forefront LGBTQs and this fake issue, it's another blockade, which I've been talking about recently. Most of these issues, they're just blockades. And when Black Americans, and what I feel like today in today's time is very detrimental for a lot of African Americans to go to college and get next to these white liberal kids because they end up being in conversations in uh they end up being in conversations and protests and stuff like that that has nothing to do with them, bro. Like, why are you an African American protesting about somebody fighting somebody, a girl fighting a dude? You're like, oh no, I don't like that. So why are you supporting the Democrats? Why are you an African American protesting for little boys to have tampons in their school? Oh, I'm not. I'm against that. So why are you voting Democrat? Aren't you a Christian? Aren't you this? Aren't you that? Like, and it's just like the black community is so confused, bro. And they really did bad when they did Obama, like that Obama stuff. That was like crack. Like that was crack, bro. Because when I was younger, bro, it really went over my head and I was too young. Obviously, I was too young to understand at that time. But it really went way over my head, so I know it went over, the rest of my peers' head. And then to see the adults now trying to tell us about Kamala and you voted for Obama, like that's sad, bro. You should know now, like, all right, bro, it's way bigger than identity politics. It's way bigger than somebody looking, kind of looking like me, kind of being like me. Like it's like she's not even like us, bro. This lady says she washes collard greens in a tub, bro. Like, are y'all just really going with this lady because she kind of look like you? Like, that's dumb. And she don't stand for nothing that we stand for. And she's like, and it's so sad that black community don't even know what they supposed to be getting. They don't even know what they supposed to be getting because we just been propagandized so hard to the point where it's like people in our own community think that the way that it's going, the way that's been going, it's supposed to be like that. So they sent Diddy to jail, right? Because that's all they did. They just sent him to jail. They put a warrant out and they sent him to jail. Like, so they put it at the top of the news now, and all black people are talking about is Diddy. Like, this is the perfect time for us to all be talking about reparations. Like, where is the Black Lives So I know it was a scam. I know it was just a scam, and the lady stole the money. Like it gets me so emotional just thinking about shit like this, bro. Because it's like, bro, how is this happening? Nobody cares, and the people that do care, y'all look at them like we crazy. Like, bro, this lady stole money talking about some Black Lives Matter. Two lesbians stole money saying Black Lives Matter and ran off with it, and nobody knows where they're at. Like that's the usual for the black community now. Us getting scammed. So like I was saying, they were marching in the street for all of these rights and all this stuff. Where are these people? And all of those white people that was marching in the street with y'all, they get mad and they start saying all of this crazy stuff in word salad when you bring up reparations. But their same tax dollars is going to illegal immigrants, the Ukrainians, this person, that person, people that's not even from America. Like it's almost disrespectful to when I start to bring up reparations and I start to bring and it's not begging and all this stuff. No, it's owed. So even a black person that got billions of dollars in America, they're owed reparations as well. And if you don't want it, donate it to another black American that you feel deserve it. That would be nice, right? But it's not about being nice. It's not about being right in America to the black American. It's actually socially acceptable to be disrespectful to black Americans' lineage and their history. It's actually socially awkward to understand black Americans' history and lineage in America. Like that's weird if you're talking like how I'm talking. Like that's weird. It's socially acceptable to think the way that I'm talking, the facts that I'm bringing out right now is weird. Like I'm really tired of it, bro. A lot of y'all just like the Kai Cenat thing, bro. Kai Cenat came out and Kamala Harris was trying to get an endorsement from him and trying to pay him for an endorsement. And he's like, no, I don't understand politics and all stuff because Kai Cenat isn't from America. He's from the Caribbeans, and they disrespect black people when they get here. And then when I look at his content, it's all goofy shit, like just ha ha he laughing, and it's just like it was this video when I was on this panel, and the dude was saying we got to keep black people in silly mode, and that's all I see in my community is silly mode. It's actually socially awkward if you're not always in silly mode as a man, laughing and he ha ha and playing a video game, bro. And I have nothing against you if you play video games. I'm just saying, bro, like this not just something to talk about. This more is like activism, bro. Like I'm really trying to get networking with people so we could get our reparations, we could get our just due. When Trump was talking with black leaders like Ice Cube about the platinum plan, that is where we need to be at. Once again, these people know that. Excuse me. These people know that. So like when they want to take out Trump, that's one of the main reasons why. When they see stuff like that and then they see him start talking about how he wants to cut off Ukraine, like these people get mad, they get in their feelings about stuff like that, bro. And it's not for no reason. It's not for no reason. It's for a very good reason. So to sit up here and just say, yo, this guy is crazy. This guy, I honestly seen the guy talk for the second assassination attemptee. I seen I seen him talk and he looks like he understands what's going on. He doesn't look like I seen mental health people or whatever you want to call them. I can't say that word, but I seen crazy people like people that have problems with their mental health and or mental illnesses, and they don't act like this guy. This guy is very smart. He seems very sharp, and he knows what he's talking about. So why are y'all trying to put on this mental health hat on him and make it seem like he's crazy? Because if he was so crazy, how did he know where Trump was at, and how did he know where to go to attack Trump? How was he able to execute that at that type of level, a mercenary and terrorism? You have to be smart to be able to do something like that. You can't just be a dummy kicking a can type of dummy. Like this guy isn't that guy who they're trying to pay him as, and they know that. We know that. So stop trying to lie to the American people. When I look at the mainstream news, it's just a lot. It's a bunch of lies. And when I was younger and I wasn't woke up how I am now, like I didn't understand that the mainstream news was. I didn't know the difference between CNN and MSNBC and Fox News. Like I didn't know the difference between those channels, but now I know, and it's blatantly obvious, and it's kind of disgusting, bro. Because these people literally get on. Like these people are literally on the news dissing Trump, and Trump just got shot at. Like this is the, this is the like the rap news when we talk about rappers getting shot and stuff like that and getting killed and stuff. Like it's the same thing. They try to say, "Oh, you're so ghetto, you're crazy, and this and that. You're just a, you know, Negroes like your Negroes when you have a growth spurt, right?" But they go through the same stuff, and the way that they treat each other, it's the same way. They treat each other the same way. And the way that they're talking about Trump is just like, they just were dissing him. It's like highly disrespectful, bro. And I'm like, wow, bro, like this is how you treat the former president, but it doesn't really matter about your title. And I feel like people in the black community, they fall in love with titles, they fall in love with looks and stuff like that. And that's not really what life is about. It's more about integrity and morals. But a lot of people don't hold that to their highest standard. And I feel like that's what the LGBTQs, what they're trying to do is they don't care about standards, they don't care about morals, they don't even care about what's genetically right, scientifically right. What they're trying to do is they're trying to teach our kids. Like I just seen something today. I'm gonna make a video on that as well. Was they literally teaching kids like there's many genders and as I already know, they're teaching kids and all that there's many genders and you can identify as whatever you want to be. And it's just like it's crazy. Like it's literally crazy. Like you could teach a kid one thing at home and your kid could get sent home, suspended, expelled for teach because you taught them that it was two genders. So it's like they were literally trying to make what they're trying to do is they're trying to make men more feminine. If they can make men more feminine, it'll take away the bite back. It'll take away the activism because it's nothing against women, but men lead their activism. So it's like, bro, like women aren't gonna lay their life down in droves. Like you have the ones that want to, and they are the ones who are, spectacular and the extraordinary ones. But the women, most women, they're gonna be the birth to the activism. So they're gonna be birthing the activism in the next generations. The men are usually the ones that lead it. So it's like if we can make the men more feminine, that could work with our population control, like Kamala Harris says she wants to do, and that could work with stopping the voice. You know what I'm saying? Stopping the voice and stopping the pushback. So now we have a bunch of feminized men who are, even though I think that men can't be feminine, but we have a bunch of feminized men and they don't care and they're go along, get along gang now. And they'll go for anything. So we could put a woman in front of their face and they'll identify with that woman that we just put in front of their face, even though this woman is against everything that helps them. And I'm talking like this is the future, but really this is the present. This is our present right now because we just let things get so we let things get, and I think that I'm starting to see now what Obama did at the end of his term with signing that bill for the LGBTQs. What he did was he kind of opened the door for these people, and now they feel as though they could just take over. And now they instead of you saying no to them, they want you to say yes to them, and they think that that's respect when really that's just delusional. Just because you want my no to be a yes doesn't mean that what I said was wrong. So just because I said no and you said yes, it's kind of like sodomizing these people brains, bro. Like it's kind of like they're sodomizing the new generations and Gen Z down to the new, what is it, Gen Alpha. Like they're trying to sodomize our brains, bro. Like it's not even about making you feminine and all that shit no more. Like cause they figured they already did that with the propaganda. So it's just like now it's just like, yo, we trying to make their brain. We trying to make them send. So now their kid is gonna come home with homework, and if your kid is gonna fail the class, if you don't tell them that there's 32 different genders. You see what I'm saying? Your kid's gonna be coming home with LGBTQ history. Like this is the type of stuff that they do. I feel like it is Marxism, and then the Democrats they feel like, no, we're not gonna. You can't tell us to stop talking about Trump and saying spewing lies about Trump. When y'all say she's a Marxist, but she is a Marxist though. Like we have actual proof that she wants to take away guns and let in illegals with their guns and their drugs and their weapons. So you want to take away Americans' guns, but you want to let in illegals with their guns. You want to censor everybody who doesn't agree with what your left leaning ideology, LGBTQ stuff. Like that's the new war. And a lot of and they just took it too far, man. They took it too far. People like Brittany Griner, the Shannon Sharpes of the world, like y'all took it too far, bro. You took it too far, Shannon Sharp, when you sit up and say stuff like that about black people and you just make us, you throw us to the bottom of the barrel, bro. You stepping on us and you not trying to uplift us, bro. You trying to make it seem like we're not shit. And his white counterparts and his white peers, they love stuff like that. They might not admittedly say it out in the open, but if Shannon Sharp is saying it, just imagine what they're saying behind closed doors. So that's why, you know, I gotta keep on getting the same views over and over and over again on my videos. And when I say something or I try to make a video, my stuff just ends up disappearing. Or, like I said, I got to keep getting the same views over and over and over again because they want to make it seem like I'm not actually getting traction. I'm not actually viral. I'm not actually that guy that's speaking the truth. Because if you were to make it known that I'm speaking the truth, if you were to make it known that what I was saying is some crazy right winged, out of control, like if you were to make it seem like what I was saying was actually truthful, then somebody else might make it seem like what I'm saying is the truth. And somebody else might start to understand what I'm talking about. Somebody else might understand what I'm talking. And now it's socially acceptable to listen to viral industries and say, yo, he's speaking the truth, which many people have done. And I think everybody that has done that, I thank you for anybody that likes, shares, and comments and subscribes to my channel. But we have to stop being so hateful to the black community. It has to stop being so, because we are the ones that deserve the hate crime bill. We still don't have one. We are the ones that deserve reparations. We still don't have it. But everybody's being put in front of us, and now they're looking for the next person to put in front of us. Like, damn, bro, y'all didn't put everybody in front of us. I think everybody done got paid for it. I think the white people done benefited off of us. I think the Asians done benefited off of us. I think the Ukrainians, the so-called Jews, the Venezuelans, the illegal immigrants, and this person and that. Like I think that even the Japanese, like I think a lot of people done benefited off the backs of black people. And then watch a video full of Ukrainians and like 12 of them, and like 3 of them are like, oh, we're so thankful for what American is doing for us. It's kind of like, what American is doing for us. So that means black America is helping you as well. So it's just like, bro, like black Americans have literally put a lot of people on their backs and said, yo, let's go, without even knowing. You know what I'm saying? So I just want black Americans to think like when you paying your taxes and you doing your everyday life and you boots on ground working and just working hard, man, going through it. We are carrying a lot of people who don't like us and are very disrespectful to our lineage. Because a lot of those Ukrainians are neo-Nazi, but I know that a lot of people don't care. That those people don't care about us. And we paying for their livelihood. Like the guy that was trying to assassinate Trump the second time, he got numerous videos talking about we gotta all go over there and fight. But it's kind of like, bro, like, why would I, as a black American, go over there and fight for some people that don't give a rat's ass about me? And then if I was to come over there, would to be looking at me and be like, oh, look at that black guy, look at that Negro, like your knees grows when you have a growth spurt. Like, seriously, bro, like, why would I go do that? So that's why I think, like, a lot of white people are really incompetent and they don't understand that they even if their family fumbled the bag and their family is whatever they is today and they think that oh, everybody gotta go to work just like me, like, so what, bro? First of all, it's not even up to you because you're white and you don't have no type of power in America. So you're white in America with no power and no money. That's your fault. You don't have nothing to do with what was going on back then and how it affects black Americans now today. And it's helped the people that strived off of it. And I know, oh, we didn't own slaves in America. We didn't own, but there's numerous of white Americans that own slaves in America that has benefited off of it. And there's numerous black Americans who are in America today that are, because they what they try to do is they try to say, oh, you're black, so that means the Haitians, the same. They basically say, oh, just because they got black skin, they're black American. Like, no, bro. Kai Cenat, me and Kai Cenat are not the same people. Kai Cenat family is from the Caribbeans. Whatever they got going on there, they need to go back there and figure it out, or they need to figure it out there. My people is from America. My people was in America and slavery in America, in South Carolina and different parts of America. So my people needs to get their reparations from America because America is steadily giving out billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars of my people money that we contribute to, and y'all saying that we can't get any of it. That's stupid. When you have everybody's uh, census and logs and IDs and all this stuff, you got all of our IDs and census and family history. You know who is descendants of slaves. You know, and you can account for it. Because if there was ever a day where they're like, yo, we're gonna do the platinum plan, all the black people, and they don't gotta do it like that because they know who are the descendants of slaves. But if they were to be like, all right, make sure you come sign up, yada yada, of course there would be the Caribbean people and all of the people that talk so bad about all of the Haitians and all these people that talk so bad and the Africans that came to America after slavery and stuff like that, who talk so bad about black Americans, like talk terribly, just like Shannon, even though he's a black American, he talks so much shit about us. And that's socially acceptable, like I said. But at the same time, all of these people that would talk so much shit about us, they'll be trying to sneak in the lines and trying to get some money too. Because that's what they already do. So they'll be trying to sneak into lines and trying to, like, bro, no, no. You remember how we was just so lazy and we wasn't shit and just a couple of years ago and all this shit, like, bro. Because when it happens, and I know it will happen, and I know I'm gonna be alive for it. A lot of people are gonna be upset. A lot of people are gonna be mad. But turn your capitalism up. Turn your hustle up. Try to get some of that money. Just like y'all do with the illegals. Just like y'all do with this person and that person. Your life not gonna change. Listen, only people that's worried about stuff like that the the working, the lowest tier of white Americans and people that are the working class that's immigrants and stuff like that, people that aren't black Americans. They're worried about that because they hate to see black Americans do good. The middle class and the elite white Americans, they don't care because they know they're gonna get that money back. Just like with stimulus and all of that stuff, they know that they're gonna get that money back. So it shouldn't matter. Oh, we gonna spend it on Cadillacs and weed. So what? So what? Who cares what somebody spends their money on? That's their prerogative. That's what they want to go do. We gotta stop trying to put our people down and like we find every. I just see a lot of Black Americans find any way to put Black Americans down, bro, and it's really sad, bro. It's really sad, bro. Like it's disgusting at this point, bro. And the older I get, I start to see how disgusting even some of our own people treat each other, and it makes me feel as though that's the social norm. That's the social norm to kick Black Americans while we're down, and for Kamala Harris to get up there and say we're gonna start. Like, didn't she? I think she felt in her head, and the people that handle her, they felt like that was so smart for her to say and go to the National Association of Black Journalists. Like, look how she left after she got done interviewing. She didn't do all of the high fiving and the waving and like she just did at the Hispanic caucus today that she was speaking at or whatever. All the little my friends and all that stuff. She was mad because those people wasn't cheering after what she was saying, bro. Why would they cheer after you said some BS? Why how do you go to an HBCU? How do you go to an HBCU, right? But you gotta study you gotta study reparations. Like, what are you talking about? We don't gotta there's nothing to study. We know exactly what's going on. Black Americans have been cheated and disrespected and stepped on for too long. And if you're supposed to be these morally right people who makes it right with everybody, you got to make it right with Black Americans first. You can't make it right with some illegal immigrants who just got here. You got to make it right with Black Americans first. You got to. Why you don't? Oh, because it's socially awkward to act like we care about Black Americans. I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of it, man. So of course I'm gonna be using my channel and using the voice that I have. And somebody like Shannon Sharpe might not feel as though I'm meaningful because I don't get paid as much as he gets paid. But I bet you that I have more substance than what you're talking about, Mr. Sharpe. Peace and blessings. Oh, we got some comments. I wasn't even looking at the comments, y'all. My fault. What up, Viral Industries? Your videos be on point. Yo, I appreciate it. Viral Basketball. Shout out to Viral Basketball, man. One of the VI crew members, man. And it's not like I just get up here and I just speak off the cuff because it's the truth. So it's not like I'm trying to persuade somebody or I'm trying to be on point. I'm trying hard. Like, it's not, bro. It's just literally the truth, man. And I feel as though if I have 3.5 subscribers or if I have 4 subscribers on here, I would want to know. I would want every 4 subscribers and every 3,000 subscribers to know that this is what's going on in my community because I've seen it, especially when I was living directly in the inner city. When I was younger, I seen it every day, bro. I seen it every day. I seen every day how my people was treated and how we were literally just figuratively spit on by other races and people. Nobody really cares about the average homeless Black American in America. Nobody really cares about the Black Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck. Nobody really cares about these people. Nobody really cares about the Black Americans that worked so hard just to die on American soil with nothing to give to their families because they made no money during slavery. Like nobody cares, bro. Everybody just thinks that this shit is a game, but really, if it wasn't for slavery, if we worked 400 years and we were able to build currency and we were able to build our communities, and it wasn't burnt down every time we try to have a new community like Black Wall Street or Rosewood, or the stuff that happens in these towns where they just were burning these towns down in the 1900s or early 1900s. If stuff like that wasn't happening, it's like they make it seem like it's just slavery. Like it's not just slavery, bro. And that's what they try to act like. That's what they're trying to teach the kids. Like, oh, it's just slavery. That was so long ago, it doesn't matter. But literally in the 1900s, even up to, they're still doing it. Just lynching black people, burning down our towns. Uh, the Freedmen's Bank, which Kamala Harris, she flipped the whole bank around, took everybody's money, and then she did the DEI hires in the bank and said, oh, this isn't just a black bank anymore. Anybody can use this bank. Like that's the type of stuff that they do. The gentrification, like this is the type of stuff that they do in our communities and in our businesses that's been detrimental uh, for many a years. And nobody wants to speak up. And people like Shannon Sharpe, they just kick us to the curb because they got a few white men on a piece of paper. I feel like that's disgusting, bro. And they know that if people like me were to ever become millionaires, billionaires, we would be, I don't want to say that, but we would be well off, but we would also be much stronger. We would be like Black Panther strong. Like we would be a unit, and they don't want us to be a unit, man. They want us to be divided and freaked out. So it's sad, like when I see black women just propagandized, and they can't really tell the difference of why the Democrats are bad, and Kamala Harris, it has nothing to do with her being a woman. They just lost, and dudes who are just lost. They just want to play a video game so bad, and they really can't think for themselves. It's sad, man. It's sad. And dudes in our LGBTQ too, they want to be a part of something so bad, so they want to mutilate themselves and be around these people. They feel like it's zesty, and they feel like they got the best interest because they're zesty too. Like that doesn't make sense. So because you're zesty, you think that that white man has your best interest over there. That white liberal over there has your best interest. Like that's sad, bro. That's sad, man. And I really wish it was more people like me in the black community who who went against people like Shannon Sharp and tried to reel them back in and say like, yo, just because you feel as though my podcast is insignificant because you don't see the viewers popping up on my page like you might on your page, it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is insignificant and isn't important, because what I'm saying has quadruple as much substance than what you're saying. So, you know, but I appreciate people like Viral Basketball, man, and I salute you, man. And yeah, bro, like I really appreciate you more than you know, because what they'll do is they'll try to make it seem like my viewership is down and stuff like that. I'm not saying YouTube. I'm just saying allegedly. I'm just saying allegedly because YouTube does have a good freedom of speech. Uh, they do let us use our freedom of speech well on this social media, but I see what y'all trying to do, bro. But they got it when y'all comment. They do that when y'all comment. They push my video up in the algorithm because it makes it seem like somebody's actually on there. So even if you was in the background watching, like they might say it's 3 people on her or 4 people on her right now, but it really might be 15 people watching. You see what I'm saying? It might say I got 2 likes right now, but I really might got 20 likes, and they won't report it, and and they do little stuff, bro, that nobody really understands. Like when I'm right now, I'm studying like on my downtime, I'm studying the CIA and stuff like that, and the types of stuff that the CIA does. And a lot of people don't even know like the CIA started wars and stuff like that in different countries. The CIA have started wars through social media in different countries. The CIA has, and when I used to say this when I was younger, I used to be like, how the fuck? What are y'all talking about? The CIA sold crack to black people, and I'm reading this stuff, and it's like, nah, that's really facts. The CIA sold crack and was doing crack, and like what? Because now I'm starting to realize these are just regular people that they sending on these missions, and then they get too engulfed in the mission, and they start actually thinking, it's them, but really they just on a mission for somebody else carrying out an agenda. But I'm starting to talk a little too much on here. I'll be back with some more videos. I appreciate y'all.